Good morning and welcome, and thank you for joining me on this lovely Halloween morning. How y'all doing? Remember, it's Halloween, so be careful out there and keep your pets inside. It's time to head on down to our friendly local game store, if you're lucky enough to have one, and check out what's new on the shelves this week. Now, remember, don't take my word for it. Call ahead and see if they have it in stock. And if they don't have it in stock, see if they can special order it for you. Okie dokie. Print news this week from Troll Lords Games is the brand new Amazing Adventures run. This is the same as the previous Amazing Adventures run, except it's been scrubbed of any connections to Dungeons and Dragons and is now 100 completely ORC, open source. So anything that connected it to D&D, 5e, like Drow Elves or anything else, they've replaced with the brand new ones. Now, got a variety of prices. For $105, you can get the whole thing, the whole bundle. If you just want the player's handbook, it's $50. If you just want the Chronicle Keeper's Guide, it's $30. If you want the DM screen, it's also $30. And if you want the first adventure, it's $10. So what is this? It is the pulp action, Amazing Adventures, Castles and Crusades, multi-genre, attribute check-based mechanics. So if you want to do, outer space, superheroes, demon hunting, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, pulp action, World War II, this is sort of just the generic system that they've created for you to do anything you want with using the D20 Castles and Crusades system, but modified. A lot of people say that the Amazing Adventure system is actually better than the Castles and Crusades system for doing Castles and Crusades. I've had multiple people have conversations with me who have played both systems and have basically, I knew one guy who played a quote unquote fighter in Castles and Crusades and a quote unquote fighter in Amazing Adventures. And he said Amazing Adventures did it better. So there you go. I have the other copy of Amazing Adventures before the scrub. It's definitely more pulp orientated. You can even tell by the cover. They're going for more of a pulp feel. This one seems to feel more generic. I don't know if it's worth $50. I don't know if there's a huge market out there for a Troll Lord Games generic universal systems, but if you're looking for D20 modern, you could get Everyday Heroes, or you could get this. Obviously, I've got loyalty to both companies. I'm a big fan of Everyday Heroes, and David did come and take time to talk to us today. I am a big fan of Troll Lord Games because they're keeping the Gygax stuff alive, and they've got some great product. Even though my experiences with Castles and Crusades were negative, I still think in general is probably your best choice to continue playing Dungeons and Dragons the way you remember it to be. So I don't know. I'm supposedly getting a copy of Everyday Adventure sent to me from Real Genius Games, so we'll have a chance to know which one's better. There you go. But remember, don't take my word for it. Call ahead and make sure they have it in stock. From Legendary Games, we have some more issues of the Dragon Horde. These are their ongoing series of zines based around more or less 5e. If you remember Dragon Magazine or White Dwarf or Inquest or the Space Gamer or any of those, the same thing. We're going to have a smorgasbord of various 5e topics in each issue: magic items, classes, spells, monsters, adventures, articles, the ecology of the beholder, stuff like that. So these are always fun, and they're usually relatively decently priced. So pick them up if you want. Tales of the Valiant is finally on the shelves. I thought it already was, but specifically, this is the Tales of the Valiant Game Master's Guide for $60. And we've also got some Tales from the Valiant themed maps. I don't know how Tales from the Valiant themed maps are different than normal double-sided maps, but apparently Kobold Press feels they're different enough that they can charge you $60 for a bunch of flip map folio maps. So the Dungeon Master's Guide from Tales of the Valiant contains a whole bunch of stuff to run 5e the way you remember 5e, plus Tales of the Valiant. It is the ultimate extension of the Black Flag, the ultimate extension of playing 5e the way it used to be played before it got changed. So basically, do you want to spend $60 for this DM's guide or $60 for the 6th edition DM's guide that's coming out next week? Everybody who's read through and done reviews of the Tales of the Valiant Game Master's Guide says it's amazing. but the few reviews we've had of the new DM's Guide for 6th edition from Wizards of the Coast say it's okay. Basically, I would say the same thing I've been saying since Tales of the Valiant has been announced. If you want to continue playing 2014 to 2023 Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, it is best to jump onto the Kobold Press bandwagon, because they're going to continue to support 5th edition the way we expect 5th edition. You know, it's not 6e, it's going to be all their take on 5e. So they're going to continue keeping 5e as we know it alive. If you've never played Dungeons & Dragons before and you want to get started fresh with the brand new 6th edition and you have no preconceived conception other than I want to play D&D because I know it's popular and I saw it on Stranger Things, go with the DM's Guide that Wizards of the Coast made. From Crucible 7, we've got the Alderi Inheritance of Embers for Warhammer 40K Wrath and Glory RPG. That's way too many words in the title. But it's $50 for all the factions in the Alderi, which I guess are a space race in Warhammer 40K Wrath of Glory. Everything they could do, their troop layouts, their mechanics, their philosophies, what it means to be a Alderi in Warhammer 40K for $50. Sounds like an article that you could have gotten for 10, but whatever. From Renegade Game Studios, we've got some love for Vampire the Masquerade. We've got Laws of the Night Standard Edition for $40 and Laws of the Night Super Deluxe Super Secret Edition for $60. Contains all the mechanics to play the live action Vampire the Masquerade. So if you want to get back into Vampire the LARPing, I guess they're trying to bring it back. Yeah, I don't know about that. Are you assuming people have stopped LARPing? Because they haven't. And are you assuming that people who are still LARPing need brand new rules to LARPing? They don't. And if you're assuming brand new people want to get into LARPing, I seriously doubt it. But you never know. Anyways, it's LARPing, done for Renegade, done for Laws of the Night, done for Vampire the Masquerade, because Vampire the Masquerade is pretty much the beginning of LARP as we understand it. Ren Fair, Vampire the Masquerade. Whatever. It's new love for Vampire the Masquerade LARPing. Hot goth chicks. That's what pretty much everybody is thinking. The only one on here that sounds decent is the Amazing Adventures from Troll Lords. These are always fun. If you have a chance to pick them up, pick them up. Still on the shelf. I got to wait for some more reviews, but right now I'm obviously leaning towards this one over the 6th edition DM's Guide. Don't care unless you're Wrath of Glory Warhammer 40K person. This probably means absolutely nothing to you. And I don't know. Again, it feels like anybody who's been LARPing doesn't need new rules. And if anybody who hasn't been LARPing probably won't be, I don't really see a mad rush for new people wanting to play LARPs. So I don't know on that one. There you go. That's everything that's coming out this week. But as always, don't take my word for it. Call ahead to your friendly local game store and make sure they have them in stock. I'm the OGGM. If you appreciate this content, let me know. Thanks for spending your Halloween morning with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.
News from the table in the rolling waves. Dice in our hand, where the dungeon is brave. Adventures tonight with our mighty